Ladies and gentlemen, the world we are stepping into is not the same world we grew up in. The rules of wealth have shifted, the doors to opportunity are wider than ever, and yet they will only open for those prepared to walk through them. To become rich in 2026 is no longer about inheritance, luck, or being born in the right family. It is about mindset, adaptability, and the courage to position yourself where the world is moving, not where it has been. The first step to building wealth in this new age is adapting to the digital economy. In 2026, every transaction, every service, every connection is somehow tied to the digital world. Artificial intelligence is reshaping industries. Blockchain is rewriting how trust is built. E-commerce is becoming the new marketplace of the globe. If you want to become rich, you cannot afford to be a spectator. You must participate. Whether you start an online business, learn how to use AI tools, or invest in digital solutions, your wealth will grow only if you ride the wave of technology rather than stand on the shore watching it pass. Let us be clear, money itself is not the goal, creating value is. Those who solve problems for millions will automatically attract millions. Instead of asking, how can I get rich? Begin asking, whose problem can I solve? Do not chase money directly, chase solutions. If you give people what they desperately need, whether it is access, efficiency, knowledge, or convenience, money will chase you. The rich of 2026 will not just own assets, they will own solutions that impact lives at scale. To create such value, you must commit to learning and relearning. The knowledge that brought success 5 years ago may already be obsolete. This age belongs not to the strongest, to the fastest learners. If you cling to outdated ways, you will be left behind. If you embrace curiosity, upgrade your skills, and remain humble enough to admit you do not know everything, you will always be ahead. The people who are willing to unlearn and relearn will lead the markets of tomorrow. We must also understand that wealth is no longer just money. It is trust and relationships. The ones who build credibility, who treat their word as gold, create networks of loyal partners, clients, and collaborators are the ones who will multiply their wealth exponentially. In 2026, trust is the currency that never loses value. Guard it, build it, and invest in it, because it will carry your name further than money ever could. Yet, none of this will matter without resilience and patience. Too many dream of becoming rich quickly, but true wealth requires long nights, painful rejections, countless failures. The difference between those who give up and those who succeed is persistence. If you can fail and still stand, if you can face rejection yet stay disciplined, you will outlast the competition. The rich are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who never quit. Finally, to thrive in 2026, you must think big. Global vision with local execution is the mindset of the wealthy. Look beyond your city, beyond your borders, beyond your comfort zone. Opportunities are no longer confined to one nation. They are global. But execution must always be local. You must understand the culture, the needs, and the heartbeat of the people you serve. Blend global thinking with local action, and your wealth will know no limits. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you truly want to become rich in 2026, stop chasing shortcuts. Adapt to technology, create real value, keep learning, build trust, remain resilient, and expand your vision beyond boundaries. The road will not be easy, but it is open. The opportunities are waiting, and those who prepare today will rise tomorrow. Adapting to the digital economy is no longer a choice, it is a necessity. The pace at which technology is evolving has created a world where opportunities exist for everyone. Only those willing to embrace change can seize them. In the past, wealth might have come from land, factories, or physical resources, but in 2026, wealth is born in the digital world. The people who understand how to leverage artificial intelligence, e-commerce, data, blockchain, and automation are the ones who will stand at the top. The truth is simple. The internet has leveled the playing field, but it has also raised the standards. If you are not adapting, you are falling behind. Think about it. Today, someone with nothing but a smartphone and internet connection can build a business that reaches millions globally. 20 years ago, that was unimaginable. The question is, how many are using this power? Too many people consume digital platforms, but very few create within them. The difference between the rich and the poor in 2026 will not be who has access to technology, but who knows how to make technology work for them. The person scrolling endlessly is feeding the machine. The person creating content, building systems, or selling solutions through the machine is building wealth. Artificial intelligence, for example, is no longer just a buzzword. It is a tool that can multiply productivity, automate tasks, and predict markets. Those who understand AI can reduce costs, make faster decisions, and expand their influence. Similarly, blockchain is redefining trust and ownership, opening doors to transparent financial systems and decentralized opportunities. E-commerce, once limited to a few big players, is now open to individuals who can sell from their homes, reaching buyers across the globe. These are not futuristic ideas, they are the present reality. The question is whether you are prepared to take part in them. Adapting does not mean you need to be an expert programmer or a technical genius. It means you must develop the courage to learn, experiment, and use digital tools to your advantage. It means shifting your mindset from "this is difficult" to "this is necessary." Those who embrace digital literacy, who understand online marketing, who know how to position their skills and products in the digital marketplace, will be the ones to create wealth. Those who resist will watch opportunities pass them by, just like people who refused to use electricity when it was invented or who dismissed the internet as a passing trend. The future is not waiting for anyone. In 2026, the world is moving at digital speed, and wealth is tied to how fast you can adapt. Every business, every profession, every career is being reshaped by technology. If you want to be rich, you must not fear the digital shift. You must lead it. Embrace it, master it, and position yourself where the opportunities are. Because in the digital economy, hesitation is expensive, but adaptation is priceless. Chasing money directly is one of the most common mistakes people make when trying to become wealthy. They run after quick returns, shortcuts, get-rich-quick schemes, only to find themselves exhausted, disappointed, or worse, back at zero. Real wealth is not created by chasing money, it is created by creating value. When you create something that solves a real problem for others, when you make life easier, faster, more convenient, or more meaningful for people, money comes as a natural consequence. It flows toward value like water flows toward gravity. The richest people in the world are not those who looked at money as the first goal. They looked at problems as opportunities. They asked questions others ignored. They looked for inefficiencies, gaps, or frustrations in society and built solutions that served millions. Think about transportation before ride-hailing apps, or communication before smartphones, or shopping before e-commerce platforms. People in those industries became billionaires not because they chased cash, because they built solutions that millions of people were willing to pay for. Their focus was value, money followed. So, what does it mean to create value in 2026? It means being deeply observant. Look around your environment, your city, your country, or even the digital space. Where do people struggle? What frustrates them daily? What takes too much time, energy, or money? Every pain point is a potential gold mine if you can design a solution. The beauty of this era is that tools exist to scale those solutions globally. A simple idea, when combined with execution and technology, can grow into a company that serves millions within a short span of time. Creating value is not just about business. Even as an individual, your wealth is directly linked to how much value you provide in your profession or career. An employee who only shows up to complete tasks will always be limited in earnings. But the employee who identifies problems, improves systems, brings creativity to the table becomes indispensable. Companies do not pay people based on how many hours they sit at a desk. They pay based on the value they contribute. If you increase your value, you increase your income. The principle is the same for entrepreneurs, freelancers, creators, and professionals alike. Creating value requires a shift in mindset. Instead of thinking, "What can I get?" start thinking, "What can I give that others truly need?" Instead of asking, "How can I make money?" ask, "How can I make life better for someone else?" Money is simply a byproduct of serving others. The more people you serve, the more money you earn. That is why businesses that only think about profits collapse quickly, while businesses built on solving problems last for decades. Another important truth about value is scalability. If you help one person, you create small value. If you design a system that helps 10,000 people, you create large value. If your idea impacts millions, you create massive value, and wealth naturally multiplies. This is why digital platforms are so powerful. They allow you to scale your solutions to a global audience with relatively low cost. Teacher can teach a classroom of 30 students, but the same teacher using digital platforms can teach millions worldwide. The value created is exponentially greater, and so is the income potential. Creating value is not always glamorous in the beginning. Sometimes it means working in silence, solving problems that no one else cares about, or doing what seems ordinary. Ordinary solutions often turn out extraordinary when they meet a universal need. Take the example of food delivery services. They solve something simple, the inconvenience of stepping out to get food. But that simple solution became a billion-dollar industry because millions of people had the same need. The lesson is clear. Do not underestimate small problems. Solving them at scale creates big value. To create lasting value, integrity is essential. If you deceive people, cut corners, or provide poor quality, you may earn money in the short term, but you will lose it in the long term. Value must be built on trust, consistency, and excellence. People return to what serves them well. If your product, service, or skill truly delivers what it promises, people will not only pay for it, but also recommend it to others. Reputation becomes a multiplier of value, and reputation is built on honesty. In 2026, the marketplace is overflowing with options. Customers, clients, and employers have endless choices. That means average efforts will not be enough. To create real value, you must stand out. You must deliver something better, faster, smarter, or more reliable than what already exists. And here lies the opportunity. While many people complain about the competition, few invest the energy to differentiate themselves. Those who do win. Another element of value creation is emotional connection. People do not just buy products or services, they buy feelings. They buy confidence, security, convenience, happiness, and hope. Brand that understands this does not just sell an item, it sells an experience. Companies and individuals who master the art of creating emotional value alongside functional value rise above the rest. Think about why people are loyal to certain brands or mentors. It is not just what they receive, it is how they feel receiving it. We must also remember that creating value requires patience. Many quit too early because they expect immediate returns. But value compounds over time. The person who keeps showing up, improving their craft, solving problems better and better, eventually builds momentum that cannot be stopped. The first step might look small, the results might look invisible, but every act of value builds trust, credibility, and reputation. Over time, this snowballs into wealth. In conclusion, the pursuit of wealth in 2026 is not about running after money. It is about creating value so strong, so undeniable, that money cannot resist flowing toward it. It is about looking beyond yourself, stepping into the shoes of others, and asking what you can do to make their lives better. It is about solving problems at scale, delivering with excellence, building trust, and adding emotional depth to what you offer. When you create true value, wealth follows naturally. Money is temporary, but value is eternal. The more value you create, the richer you become, not just in your bank account, but in your influence, your impact, and your legacy. In the past, knowledge used to last for decades. Someone could learn a skill, a trade, or a profession in their 20s and work with it for the rest of their lives. Today, that is no longer true. The pace of change has become so fast that what you know today can be irrelevant tomorrow. This is why the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn has become the most important wealth-building skill of 2026. Those who cling to outdated methods and refuse to adapt will find themselves stuck, while those who embrace lifelong learning will always stay ahead. Learning in this new era is not only about formal education. Degrees and certificates can still open doors. They are no longer enough to keep those doors open. The world now rewards practical knowledge, adaptability, and creativity more than paper qualifications. a person with curiosity, the ability to acquire new skills, and the humility to say, I don't know, I'm willing to learn, will always outperform someone who believes their education is finished. In fact, the biggest danger is not ignorance. It is the illusion of knowledge. Believing you already know everything prevents you from seeing new opportunities. Wealthiest individuals of tomorrow are those who treat learning as a daily habit rather than a one-time achievement. Reading, researching, experimenting, and practicing become part of their lifestyle. They use technology not just for entertainment, but as a learning platform. Online courses, tutorials, books, podcasts, mentorships, and communities are available to everyone. But here lies the difference. While most people consume entertainment endlessly, only a few intentionally consume education daily. The divide between the rich and poor in 2026 will not just be financial, it will be educational. Those who commit to growing their knowledge consistently will always be able to create value, seize opportunities, and stay relevant. Unlearning is just as important as learning. This means letting go of outdated beliefs, traditions, or methods that no longer serve the present. Many fail to progress because they are prisoners of old knowledge. They say, this is how it has always been done, forgetting that times have changed. For example, businesses that refused to adapt to online platforms collapsed when the digital revolution took over. Professionals who resisted technology became irrelevant when their industries automated. Unlearning requires courage because it means admitting that something you once believed in is no longer useful. But that humility is what keeps you growing. Relearning is the process of upgrading your knowledge, refining your skills, and improving your understanding. Think of it like updating the software of your mind. Even if you learned something years ago, it may need a fresh perspective today. Markets shift, technology evolves, and consumer behavior changes. What worked yesterday may not work today, but the foundation of your skill can still be valuable if you relearn and adjust it to modern demands. For example, teacher trained in traditional classrooms must relearn how to teach online. A marketer who mastered print ads must relearn how to advertise on digital platforms. Relearning ensures you remain valuable in changing environments. This continuous cycle of learning, unlearning, and relearning builds adaptability, and adaptability is the most valuable asset in 2026. With the rise of artificial intelligence, automation, and global competition, rigid people will struggle. Flexible people will thrive. The ability to pivot, to move from one skill set to another, to combine different areas of knowledge creatively, will separate the wealthy from the average. Wealth will belong not to the strongest, not to the most intelligent in a traditional sense, but to the fastest learners. Another crucial factor is speed. The faster you can learn, the more opportunities you can capture. The marketplace no longer waits. Trends emerge, grow, and disappear quickly. If you can learn fast, you can position yourself before others even recognize the opportunity. This is why building a growth mindset is essential. Instead of fearing new challenges, embrace them as learning experiences. Instead of saying, I can't do this, ask, what do I need to learn to do this? That small shift in mindset can turn obstacles into stepping stones. In addition, surrounding yourself with the right environment accelerates learning. People learn best from communities that challenge them, mentors who inspire them, peers who share their journey. If you are surrounded by those who resist change, complain, or settle for mediocrity, you will unconsciously adopt their mindset. But if you surround yourself with those who are curious, ambitious, and committed to growth, you will naturally expand your knowledge. This is why networking is not only about opportunities, it is also about education. Every conversation, every collaboration, and every partnership teaches you something. Technology has made access to knowledge almost limitless. Access is not the same as application. Many people consume information but never act on it. Knowledge without action is wasted potential. To build wealth, you must apply what you learn, experiment with it, and turn it into results. Failures are part of the process, but every failure teaches you something new. The most successful individuals are not the ones who avoided mistakes. They are the ones who learn from mistakes faster than everyone else. powerful example is how digital entrepreneurs evolve. They launch businesses that may fail in the beginning, but every failure teaches them something new about the market, customer behavior, or technology. They unlearn assumptions, relearn strategies, and keep adapting until they find the right formula. Each cycle of learning makes them sharper, and eventually they succeed where others gave up. Wealth, therefore, becomes the reward of persistence in learning. Another dimension of learning is cross-disciplinary knowledge. In 2026, wealth will not come only from being an expert in one narrow field. The most innovative ideas emerge at the intersection of different disciplines. A doctor who understands technology can revolutionize healthcare. An artist who understands marketing can turn creativity into a global business. An engineer who understands finance can design better solutions for industries. The ability to connect knowledge across different fields multiplies value creation. That means your learning journey should not be limited to one area. Explore widely, connect ideas, and combine knowledge to create unique solutions. Above all, humility is the key to continuous learning. The moment you believe you have arrived, you stop growing. Wealth requires growth, and growth requires humility. The richest individuals remain students all their lives. They read more, ask more questions, and surround themselves with people who challenge their thinking. They are not afraid to be beginners again, even after achieving success. This humility keeps them relevant, innovative, and wealthy. To put it simply, learning, unlearning, and relearning is the ultimate wealth formula in 2026. It ensures you are never outdated, never irrelevant, and never stuck. It empowers you to capture opportunities, solve problems, and adapt to change. Money can be lost, markets can collapse, industries can disappear. Knowledge, once mastered and applied, cannot be taken away. It is the one investment that always multiplies. If you commit to being a lifelong learner, to letting go of outdated beliefs, to refreshing your knowledge continuously, you position yourself among the wealthy of tomorrow. The difference between those who rise and those who fall will not be luck, background, connections. It will be the willingness to keep learning when others stop. Wealth belongs to the learners because learning fuels value and value fuels riches. One of the most misunderstood aspects of wealth creation is the time it takes. People see success stories on television or social media and assume that riches come overnight. They see entrepreneurs launching billion-dollar companies or investors making fortunes in a short time and believe there must be a secret shortcut. The truth is very different. Behind every story of overnight success are years of struggle, rejection, and sacrifice. Wealth is not the result of a single lucky break. It is the outcome of resilience and patience applied consistently over time. Resilience is the ability to rise after every fall. It is the mindset that refuses to be broken by failure. In the journey of building wealth, failures are not the exception, they are the rule. Every successful businessperson, investor, or professional has faced rejection, loss, and mistakes. The difference between those who succeed and those who quit is not intelligence, talent, or resources. It is persistence. When one door closes, resilient people knock on another. When they fall, they rise with more determination. Wealth comes to those who treat failure not as a dead end, but as a lesson. Patience is equally important. In today's fast-paced world, people want instant results. They want to see progress immediately after effort. But wealth, like a tree, needs time to grow. You cannot plant a seed today and expect fruit tomorrow. You must water it, nurture it, and give it time to develop strong roots. The same applies to businesses, investments, and careers. Patience is not about waiting passively. It is about working consistently, day after day, even when results are not visible. It is about trusting the process and understanding that growth is happening beneath the surface, even when you cannot yet see it. Many people give up just before they are about to succeed. They quit after their first failure or when results seem slow, not realizing that success was just one step away. Wealth rewards those who endure long enough to outlast the competition. Most people do not fail because they lack potential. They fail because they lack patience. They abandon their dreams too early, move on to the next shiny opportunity, and repeat the cycle endlessly without ever building something solid. Resilient and patient people, on the other hand, stay committed to their vision even when times are hard. That commitment eventually pays off. Resilience also builds strength of character. Every failure you endure makes you wiser. Every rejection you face toughens your spirit. Every obstacle you overcome prepares you for the bigger challenges that come with greater wealth. If you cannot handle small setbacks, how will you handle the pressures of large-scale success? Resilience trains you for responsibility. It teaches you discipline, humility, and the ability to think clearly under pressure. These qualities are as valuable as money itself, because without them, wealth is easily lost. Patience, too, is a discipline. It requires you to control your emotions, resist impulsive decisions, and think long-term. Many people lose money not because they lack intelligence, but because they act on impatience. Investors panic when markets drop, selling at a loss instead of waiting for recovery. Entrepreneurs abandon projects when growth is slow instead of improving their strategies. Employees jump from job to job without mastering their skills. In every case, impatience destroys progress. True wealth is built by those who remain calm, steady, and focused while others act out of fear or greed. Resilience and patience are also connected to vision. When you have a clear vision of where you want to go, setbacks do not discourage you as much. You see failures as temporary roadblocks, not permanent defeats. You view delays as part of the journey, not signs of failure. Vision gives meaning to your struggles and strength to endure them. That is why the wealthiest individuals are often those who had the courage to dream big and the patience to see those dreams through, despite obstacles and criticism. In 2026, the speed of change is faster than ever. New technologies, shifting markets, and global competition create constant uncertainty. In such an environment, resilience and patience are even more valuable. Those who panic when things change will crumble. Those who adapt, stay calm, and persist will thrive. Resilient people see change as opportunity. Patient people wait for the right moment instead of rushing blindly. Together, these qualities form the foundation of long-term wealth. There is also a psychological aspect to resilience and patience. Wealth requires delayed gratification, the ability to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. This could mean saving money instead of spending it, investing instead of consuming, working long hours instead of relaxing, or learning new skills instead of wasting time. These sacrifices are difficult. They are necessary. Resilient individuals endure discomfort without losing focus. Patient individuals wait for their sacrifices to bear fruit. Together, they build wealth while others chase temporary pleasures. Another truth about resilience is that it inspires others. When people see you persist despite failures, they respect you. When they see you keep going after rejection, they trust you. When they see you remain patient during difficult times, they are willing to support you. Investors, partners, and customers are drawn to people who demonstrate resilience and patience because these qualities show reliability. No one wants to invest in someone who gives up easily. Everyone wants to work with those who stand strong through storms. Building resilience and patience requires practice. It begins with small challenges. Learn to handle minor setbacks without frustration. Train yourself to wait for small results without giving up. Over time, these habits grow stronger, preparing you for larger tests. Reading stories of successful people can also strengthen these qualities because they remind you that struggle is universal. No one escapes failure. Everyone has the choice to respond with resilience or surrender. In wealth creation, resilience and patience work hand in hand. Resilience helps you recover when things go wrong. Patience helps you keep working until things go right. Without resilience, you will give up when you fail. Without patience, you will quit when results take time. But with both, you become unstoppable. You develop the endurance to stay in the game long enough to win. The world often underestimates the power of these qualities because they are not glamorous. People want secrets, hacks, or shortcuts, but the real secret is persistence. The truth is simply resilience and patience are not just virtues. They are strategies. They are the invisible engines behind every visible success. They are the difference between those who dream of wealth and those who actually achieve it. Wealth is not built in weeks or months. It is built in years of consistent effort. It is not built by avoiding failure, but by embracing it. It is not built by rushing results, but by patiently compounding effort over time. If you want to be rich in 2026 and beyond, understand this: money follows resilience and wealth rewards patience. Failures will come, delays will come. But if you refuse to quit and if you keep working steadily, your time will come. Resilience gives you the courage to continue. Patience gives you the wisdom to wait. Together, they guarantee that no matter how long the journey, you will reach the destination. To become wealthy in 2026, it is no longer enough to think small or operate only within the borders of your neighborhood or even your country. The economy has become global, opportunities stretch beyond oceans, and the richest individuals are those who can combine a global vision with local execution. Thinking globally means seeing the world as your market, your classroom, and your stage. It means understanding that your idea, product, or skill is not limited to one place, but can potentially serve millions across continents. At the same time, executing locally means grounding your strategies in the realities of the communities you serve, adapting to culture, and customizing your approach to fit local needs. The balance between these two is the formula for building lasting wealth. Global vision begins with mindset. Most people limit themselves because they only think within the walls of what they can see. They believe success is confined to their city, their job, or their immediate environment. But the truth is, technology has broken those walls. In 2026, the internet has made it possible to reach customers in different time zones, collaborate with partners on different continents, and learn from mentors across the globe. Those who think globally are not restricted by geography, they are guided by possibility. They ask, how can my idea serve not just hundreds, but millions? This expansion of vision unlocks opportunities that small thinkers will never notice. However, having a global vision does not mean ignoring the details of local execution. Many businesses fail when they try to expand globally without understanding the culture of the people they want to serve. A solution that works in one country may not work the same way in another. Consumer habits, legal systems, traditions, and languages matter. That is why execution must always be local. You must adapt your product, service, or strategy to fit the unique needs of each community, while keeping your global vision intact. The wealthy of 2026 are those who master this balance, thinking big while acting with precision. Take the example of digital platforms. A global vision allows someone to create an app that can serve millions, but local execution ensures the app speaks the local language, integrates local payment systems, and addresses specific community needs. Without that adaptation, the app might look impressive, but fail to connect with users. Wealth is created when ambition meets sensitivity, when scale meets personalization. Another reason why global vision is critical is the interconnectedness of economies. A crisis in one part of the world can create opportunities in another. A trend that starts in one country can quickly spread globally. If you are watching only your immediate environment, you will miss these shifts. If you have a global vision, you can position yourself early. You can learn from international markets, adopt innovations from abroad, and bring them into your local community before anyone else. This ability to bridge worlds creates massive wealth because it puts you ahead of the curve. At the same time, local execution keeps you relevant. People trust those who understand them. They buy from those who respect their traditions and communicate in their language. This is why large companies spend billions on localization. It is not enough to be big. You must also be relatable. The wealthiest individuals in 2026 will not be those who try to impose a one-size-fits-all solution, but those who respect local cultures while offering global value. Having a global vision also means having a broader awareness of the future. Wealth is no longer about reacting to the present. It is about anticipating what is coming. When you look globally, you see where industries are heading, how technologies are evolving, and how societies are changing. This foresight allows you to prepare in advance. You can invest in the right skills, build the right networks, and position your business before the wave arrives. Local thinkers react when it is too late. Global thinkers prepare before it begins. Local execution, however, ensures that this vision is practical. You may see the future of renewable energy, digital healthcare, or AI-driven education, but you must adapt these innovations to the realities of your environment. You must know the regulations, the infrastructure, the affordability, and the culture of the community. Without this, vision remains a dream. Execution is what turns vision into wealth. One of the greatest advantages of combining global vision with local execution is the ability to scale sustainably. You do not just succeed in one place, you replicate success in multiple places while customizing each version. This creates wealth that grows beyond borders. It also makes your business or career resilient because you are not dependent on one market. If one market slows down, another can support you. This diversification is one of the most powerful strategies of the wealthy. It is also important to understand that global vision is not only about money, it is about impact. When you think globally, you begin to see yourself as a contributor to the world, not just your immediate circle. You realize that your skills, knowledge, and solutions can improve lives in places you may never visit. This mindset expands not only your wealth, but also your legacy. The richest people in 2026 will be those who not only build businesses, but also improve societies on a global scale. To build global vision, you must expand your knowledge. Read widely, study international markets, learn about cultures beyond your own. Travel if you can, or use technology to connect with people worldwide. Seek mentors from different backgrounds, collaborate with people who think differently, and expose yourself to new ideas. The broader your perspective, the clearer your global vision will become. To master local execution, you must remain grounded. Pay attention to the details of your environment. Listen to your customers, study their habits, and respect their culture. Build trust within the community. Hire local talent, learn the language if necessary, and adapt your solutions. Wealth is not built by ignoring people, but by serving them. The more relevant you are locally, the stronger your foundation will be for global growth. In essence, global vision without local execution is fantasy, and local execution without global vision is limitation. When you combine the two, you create unstoppable momentum. You see opportunities others cannot see, and you deliver solutions others cannot deliver. That is the formula for wealth in 2026 and beyond. The future belongs to those who think big but act small, who dream without borders but work with precision. It belongs to those who can see the world as one market, yet respect the uniqueness of every individual within it. It belongs to those who can take a global idea and make it relevant to a local community. Wealth in 2026 will not come to those who hide in their comfort zones. It will come to those who dare to look beyond borders while staying deeply connected to the people they serve. The balance between global vision and local execution is not easy, but it is powerful. It requires humility to listen, patience to adapt, courage to dream big. But for those willing to master it, the reward is not only financial wealth, but also influence, impact, and a legacy that transcends geography.